Well, I think we're long past the point where anyone's going to be impressed by words issued, declarations, communiques, final statements of a summit. Israel has been conducting what legally is now correctly being defined as a genocide against the Palestinian people in Gaza for an awfully long time. We're seeing the mass killing, devastation, starvation. And we're seeing that Israel has bombed, I believe it's 7 Arab countries in recent weeks. And Israel has now violated the sovereignty, not of some country that was freelancing in some mediation space, but a country that was the officially acknowledged mediator. The Israeli ministers and senior officials, the Mossad chief, were traveling to and from, and it violated their sovereignty with a very overt, in-your-face attack there. So I think what Israel will be looking for is not the words, but is there action? Will the setting in motion of the Gulf Joint Cooperation Pact actually mean something in terms of deterring Israel? Will other states come together to form, and I think this is crucial at this stage, to form military defensive alliances which contain and or deter Israel from what it is doing? Will they begin to use their leverage, their capacity to impact Israel, its economic well-being, including with third countries? And that's the question that people are going to be asking, because if it's words, then no one is going to see any change, also not in Israel's behavior. And you actually had the Israeli Prime Minister today saying, no, there seems like isolation, but it's okay, we're strong. He even talked about having an autarkic economy, an economy where Israel can get through in isolation from the world. That isn't going to work. The question is whether we will really see that isolation, Paul.
And Daniel, what do you think is going on behind the scenes with the Americans? The Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, has been in Israel and we've heard is heading to Qatar. I mean, how steadfast is American support for its ally? How hard is it for the Americans to continue to be such close friends with the Israelis when there's just so much massive global criticism now?
I think there is less going on behind the scenes than one might imagine, and I think mostly what you see is what you get. The administration will be trying to send calming messages, but calming messages aren't going to make any difference when you have the visual straight after this attack on their ally. Rubio goes to stand in solidarity, not with the ally that was attacked, but with the ally that America arms, that America helps with vetoes at the Security Council, that America stands by, and it was the ally that violated international law, that bombed the place where America has its airbase, that Rubio chose to visit first, chose to stand alongside the Prime Minister when he was making further egregious warmongering comments, and stood along with the ambassador of the US, Ambassador Huckabee, just after he had given an incredibly racist interview on a Christian broadcasting network. So I don't think that whatever is going on behind the scenes is particularly going to impress anyone unless we actually see President Trump lay down the law with Israel. I don't expect that, and therefore I think that whatever the optics, and tomorrow will all look very friendly on the surface when Rubio arrives in the Gulf. But what I expect is that the Gulf and other American allies in the region and beyond are saying to themselves, what is the point? These guys, their security, their bases are worth nothing. They sell us this expensive kit, but they turn it off when we need it. We need to look elsewhere. That's not a project for 1 week or 1 month or 1 year, but that is the trajectory. This will further weaken America and usher us into an era where American primacy is a thing of the past. And I think the Gulf is catching up to that reality.